Parts Guys channel. I am Matthew.
I'm Craig.
We have started this channel to give you guys a better education on what is involved in owning an RV and why an RV does what it does. Today we're going to discuss the poo-poo tank. The poo-poo tank is not like what you have at home. Of course, your stuff at home goes into the sewage and everything is wonderful. The black tank in an RV is not quite the same. To start with, the RV toilet actually attaches straight to the black tank. So you don't have the piping and stuff that you would have at home to gather the waste and actually get plugged up. The problem with what we have here is if you're not using the proper toilet tissue, the proper chemical, and leaving the tank closed when you have full hookups until it gets full and then dumping, these things can actually develop a pyramid of poo right underneath the toilet. The poo pyramid, as Craig would say. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you a crosscut of a black tank in an RV, show you how the sensors work and why they read in error a lot of times. You have most of your campers have a monitor panel inside of them that show battery voltage and the level of fluid in your tanks. Sometimes when there's stuff hung up on the sides of these things, it'll read 1/3 and you've actually got 2/3, or it'll be almost full and it shows 2/3. So it's important to understand what you're dealing with and again why it is what it is. They do not have a level in them like a gas tank on a car. Again, they have the sensors in them that once the fluid gets up to a certain level, they make a connection and that's actually giving you that reading. So Craig is going to show you a crosscut here of the sensors in the RV tank. If you look in here,
I thought this. What does that smell?
oh, good
Oh,
Lord.
it's
Good
supposed
Lord.
to be a clean tank.
This is totally my fault. It's got poo in it, and we weren't thinking of. Oh God, peanuts. It's not that bad. We'll get this cleaned out, and then we'll show you the workings of the tank sensors. Well, that's really good.
Better the second time.
It is better the second time. So if you look, we've got a common sensor over here. We've got a 1/3, 2/3, and full sensor over here. So basically what happens is when the fluid gets up to the two bottom sensors, which is your common and your 1/3, it makes a connection and your monitor panel comes on. Once it gets a little higher, it goes to 2/3. And once it gets up to that third sensor on this side, it is a full tank. Well, the problem is chemicals and such will get on the back of this and get stuck to the sidewall of the tank. And when that happens, sometimes it'll read in error. So Craig's going to talk a little bit about the chemicals and what you need to keep that working perfectly.
First thing you need to do when you start out is use a good chemical. We use Nugen here. For your black tank, you can use your gray tank as well. Take note, read the instructions on the back. If the temperature outside is over 90 degrees, a lot of the companies with the chemical want you to do a double dose of it. But this chemical here will help break down the waste, add a little bit of kind of a lubricant inside to help keep the sensors clean, tissue digester, drain valve lubricant, all in one. Next step, make sure you're using RV marine toilet paper. Don't use regular household toilet paper. This breaks down a lot easier and a lot faster.
But it is like the John Wayne toilet paper, rough, tough, and don't take crap off anybody. But it is required in these, and that is for the simple breakdown, so it doesn't get hung up on those sensors.
They do have, the packet form as well, just drop-ins for your chemical. There's also maintenance cleaners as well. You've got your level gauge cleaner, so if you're having an issue with the sensors and need to have those cleaned off, you've got level gauge cleaner. There's also a drain valve lubricant to keep your valves, your gate valves lubricated for your waste discharge. And also your tissue digester. If you've got some stubborn, yes it is. If you've got some stubborn tissue in there that's not wanting to break down, utilize this to help break that down as well.
Something else we got is, a lot of you guys have heard of it, called a swivel stick. what this does is when you hook your garden hose up to it, you actually stick it through the throat of the toilet. And when you turn on the water, the pressure makes this brass valve spin. Craig's going to demonstrate right now. Give her all you got, buddy. Oh, look at that. So anyway, the water will actually spin in several directions, actually in 2 directions, but it will rotate and hopefully get those sensors clean. The last thing you want is one of these things backing up. It actually will back up through the toilet. At that point, because of the plumbing on the tank, this being the exit, you could actually have the valve at the very end of the camper and this be at the very front. So that's a lot of piping and stuff that you got to go through to get it cleaned. So that being said, once it does pyramid in here and get trapped, it's almost impossible to take care of without taking the tank out. So again, one of the best things that you can do if you have full hookups is leave your valving closed until the tanks are full, then let the waste and the water flush everything out. So that is pretty much our take on the RV black tank. We hope to add a little bit of fun to your day and again show you exactly what it takes to take care of your RV. We are going to go into different videos. I think the next one is going to be about water heaters and what it takes to take care of those. So again, this is Craig and Matt, the RV Parts Guys.
Don't forget, if you like our channel, subscribe, hit the like button below, and just remember, if you want to
Denny
sleep,
is a dork.
if you want to sleep with your friends, go camping. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.